Hey everyone, and welcome to this episode. We're going to be talking about HDR photography. And HDR photography in general has gotten a little bit of a bad rap in recent years. And that's because people have had a tendency to kind of overdo it. They take those filters and bring them out to the max. And sometimes the programs that they use are not as advanced as, say, Lightroom or Photoshop. But today we're going to be exploring exactly how you can achieve a very tasteful HDR, very balanced looking photo using the camera that you have right now. Let's get into this. Today we're going to be talking about something that not a lot of people have used before, and it is something that I came by accident. And it was when I was trying to look for ND filters because I ran into a couple of problems. I was trying to take a photo of some landscape with my subject, and I was struggling between the sunset and exposing for the foreground, and I was just struggling. So I thought I had to go out and get one of those graduated ND filters to kind of, mask out a little bit of the light from the sky so that when I was exposing, I could do it for both my subject and the whole image in general. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to go out and buy anything. You have it right here. So if you come with me just over here, you're gonna see that for me, the camera's exposing for me right now. But if you point a little bit towards the sky, you're gonna see that I become a lot dimmer. And that's the problem that all photographers face at least one point in their life. But the fix for it is really, really quick. It's something called bracketing. Bracketing or stacking photos. So you take a series of photos and then you stack them on top of each other using a program like Lightroom, and it does the work for you, so you don't have to worry about it. But really quickly, here, if you see, I have the overexposure counter going and looking, and obviously you can see that it's overexposed, and the foreground is a little bit dark. I actually need to brighten this up. So now you can actually truly see the foreground, but the background is completely blown out. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take bracketed shots. So I go ahead here on my Sony camera, I can see that I have the option to do bracketing with one exposure value over 3 times, or I can do one exposure value over 5 times. And so what that's gonna do after I click the shutter button, it's gonna go to -2 exposure, -1, neutral or properly exposed, 1 overexposed, and 2 overexposed, so +2. So I'm gonna do like this, and what you're gonna see is that the camera is gonna go starting from the lower exposure, and it's gonna go all the way blown out. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to have my beautiful model in front of the camera, and it's really, really cold out here right now, so we gotta do it fast. But luckily, this is a very, very quick fix, and that's what I wanted to emphasize on. So if you're in a pinch and you need to take something really beautiful with great focus and just a beautiful image in general, this is your fix. So let's do it. So, first things first, we of course import the photos that we've selected into Lightroom, and now we're gonna get to work. Of course, my memory card ran out of space exactly when I was doing the photo shoot, and so originally my idea was to take 5 photos. 1 photo being -2 exposure, 1 photo being -1, 0, +1, and +2. It's gonna give you a very great amount of dynamic range for your photos that you can integrate into one. For this case, let's hope that 4 photos works out for me, and then I get to show you the amazing results. So you are gonna take your 4 photos that you've selected, or the ones that you want to merge in general. You right click, go to photo merge, and HDR. Now there's a couple of things. The system is gonna try to figure out if it needs to be exposed or added more contrast or stuff like that, and that's going to be in your auto settings right over here. So you can either choose to select it and have it do its own work, or you can do it yourself. The next thing is going to be deghosting. Now, deghosting is what happens when you're taking a series of photos and some movement may occur. So for example, if you're taking some landscape photography and the clouds have moved, the system is going to do its best to figure out where the clouds were, where they should be, and kind of put them all back into place, if that makes sense. So depending on your needs, you can preview the photo after it's been generated, and then you can select between low, medium, and high. And for this video, we're going to go with high just to eliminate all sorts of, factors or anything like that, and especially because I didn't have a tripod with me and I was doing it with my hand. So I was trying to stay steady, but of course we're humans and we make mistakes. So thank God for programs like Lightroom, right? So select high. I'm going to put it on auto settings just to show you what the system believes it should be, and you go ahead and click merge. Simple, right? So then you wait for it to create the HDR photo here on the top left corner, and after it's generated, we are going to do a comparison between the one that was normally exposed for, or what you would normally expose for a single image, and then the HDR photo that had several exposures. So ladies and gentlemen, of course you can see that there is a massive difference. Like I was saying, the one on the right is the one that was exposed for her, and I tend to kind of underexpose just a little bit because I want to retain a lot of the skin tones and stuff like that. But that's just a personal preference. You don't have to do that. On the left side, you have the HDR integrated photo. It exposed a little bit for the skies, and it wasn't the most glamorous sky in the world, but the tones are very nice, and you can see that there's a massive difference in her tones and everything like that. She's so much darker in the front. Of course, it just looks really nice. Not the best photo, so we're gonna go to the next one. All right, once again, kind of same area, different pose, different kind of background, and you can see again how much better the retention of the color from the background. It was getting dim really fast, so we had to work hard. But luckily, when we got home, right from our backyard, we had some of the most beautiful colors coming out from the sunset. And so we're like, yes, we have to run out and get those colors now. So that is these colors over here. Now on the right, or on the left, sorry, is gonna be the photo that was exposed for just the subject. And on the right is the HDR photo that just, it's kind of crazy. And it is a little bit exaggerated just because there's so many colors going on. She's got the pink, and there's the brick wall behind, and then you've got the sky here with the orange. But look at the difference, guys. Now, of course, you can play with this all you want. You can tone down some of the colors, you can mute them so it's not like overly popping. But just for this demonstration, I had it done like this so that you can see just how much of a massive difference there is. And to be fair, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put both of these on auto settings. Now this is the one that was originally exposed for. On auto, this is what the camera, or this is what the program thinks that the image should look like. This is how it balances it. With the integrated HDR photos, I'm also gonna go to auto. It didn't move much. So that just goes to show you how much of a balanced image the program thinks it is. So with that being said, I hope that this has helped you. I hope you're gonna take your camera out, try to discover this, and let's hear about it. Let's see what your work is like. Until next time.